Good song. Pete Oakman wrote that, the bass player with the brothers.
I see.
He's a good writer, Pete.
Richard, did you hear that one? You were on my mind.
Not that I can recall.
No, it didn't come down the telephone to you. No, it's unfair to ask you. So, you liked the picture of you, that's good. Is there any...
Indeed. I wonder whether Joe could do something for me and play a record. It's not actually by Joe Brown, but it's a very good rock and roll record, and every time I hear it, it reminds me of Joe Brown. And you obviously know it is Charlie Brown. He's a clown like Charlie Brown.
Oh, the Coasters?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. I don't know if we've got... Oh, listen, I don't know if we've got any Coasters records here.
We do, actually, and I don't know where Karen is. Is Karen around anywhere? Oh, time off from Radio 210.
I tell you what, no, you've said something there. I'd like to play... Funny, I went through my record collection today about things to play, and I haven't got any Coasters records in my collection. I hope we've got it here, because I really like to hear that, Charlie Brown. I tell you, I love the Coasters, and one of my favourites, two of their great songs that I really like was a thing called What About Us. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
The words went, he's got a car made of suede, with a black leather top, got it made.
I'll tell you what we do, John.
Oh, that's great. Oh, Coasters. Can't we find a Coasters record?
Yeah, the first one into Radio 210, Reception, with the Coasters record.
Thank you.
Which one was it?
Sorry? Charlie Brown?
Charlie Brown.
With Charlie Brown.
Clown.
We'll give him an LP. That's
what about Little Egypt? That was a great one, too.
And if you've got Little Egypt out there...
Yeah. Oh, you set me off there, mate. All right. We'll have a look for a Coasters record then.
Right. Anybody who's got a Coasters record, Charlie Brown, this is good news.
Yeah.
And we're waiting. And Richard, thanks.
Okay. I just have questions, but you've got to cut me off, have you?
No, go on.
Well,
go on.
Thank you. I've got another series of questions about Jet Harris, who obviously you're familiar with.
Yeah.
A lot of people know him, of course, from his time with the Shadows. But on leaving the Shadows and setting up with Tony Meehan, he did numerous great records, and I wonder whether any of you could dig out one of his.
Well, the last time I met Jeff was Jet was about must be 10 years ago. I don't know what he's doing now, but I always thought he was a very talented guy. We'll have a look around for some Shadows records with those on.
I agree with Richard there. I mean, to me, he was the main man in the Shadows. And he really should be forgiven for all the naughty things he did. I know he was
Well, I don't know he did anything naughty. I just think that the guy couldn't handle the up-front bit. He was a great musician, and he should have stayed a musician. It doesn't mean to say you can't do instrumental albums if you're a musician. I don't think he could take the
pace,
the adulation bit, you know? And it's a shame, because he's great, very talented bloke.
Yes, well, actually, I think you've answered a question I was leading up to, because something like 10 or so years ago, I distinctly remember hearing a news bulletin on the television which said that Jet Harris had died through his drug addiction.
No. No, I don't think it was...
dispute has arisen between my missus and myself about this.
No, I know that he liked to drink, but I'm not sure about the drug bit with Jet, you know.
So it
happens to a lot of people in this business, but... I don't know. It's a hard life if you're not keyed up for it, you know. Yeah. And it's taken a lot of good people away from us.
It has, yes.
But it doesn't just happen in this business, you know. I mean, it happens in all sorts of business. The fact that we're in show business, our lives are sort of on the line, and it's more public than anything else. I think that's what it is. It's like a lot of things, you know. People say, all show business people, they go to wild parties to do this and do that. It's not true, you know. We have parties and that, but I really don't think it's anything more than happens in your actual suburbia, if you know what I mean. I mean, it's more naughty misdeeds going on around East Kilburn East than anywhere. I mean, it happens everywhere in the world, but just because we're in the business, it gets publicised more, I think.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if we can find a record with Jet Harris on. We'll have a look for one.
We will. We'll do that, because the guy's good.
Yeah, he made a great contribution to British rock and roll. And I think British rock and roll is very underestimated. There was a good lot of Johnny Kidd and the Pirates and people like that, you know. We had our own British rock and roll, apart from the American, and Jet Harris is one of those guys. I think if we can find a record, it'd be nice to play it. Anyway, nice to talk to you.
Yes, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you, goodbye.
Thanks, Richard.
Bye.
And, right, now, Graham, has Graham gone home for his dinner yet?
Hello!
Hello?
Good evening. You're speaking to Joe Brown.
Yes?
No, that wasn't me. That was him.
Oh, hello.
Hello. How are you?
This is Coral.
Coral?
Yes, from Essex.
From Essex?
Yeah.
You're not picking us up in Essex, are you?
No, I'm...
Because you can pick all sorts of things up in Essex.
I know. Do you remember me from... Well, I remember you when you'd come to Selma's for your guitars.
To Selma's, yeah.
You remember?
Yes, very well, yeah.
Yes, I met you there. But at the moment, I'm stopping with my auntie at... Well, just on the road where you used to live. Where you used to live.
Where's that?
Live now.
Oh, yeah.
Round the corner.
Yeah. Hello, sounds like you got a party going on there.
It's terrible.
You got the wireless on, have you?
Yeah.
Oh, 'cause that dates me, doesn't it, wireless?
We've got to go.
Have we?
Over to London.
Oh, look out. Well, I'd like to do a Buddy Holly thing, so I thought to myself, well, Heartbeat's a good song. But I thought, let's do it with a Peggy Sue backing. Give the flavour of the Holly thing, but try to make it original. I don't know. It's only a demo, but it's quite a good feel. That's the thing, you see, feel.
Now, this particular one, when you say just a demo, did you just go in there and do it, or...?
Just went in and did it, yeah.
When do you work best, in the daytime or in the night time?
In the night time.
It's always the best.
Yeah, the night time's the right time.
Amazing. I'll stop the tape, Joe, because I know you're more at ease when we stop the tape.
Yeah, well, there might be some swearing on after it. You know, as I said, they're only demos.
Yeah, I did see you panicking a bit.
You know what it's like when you get in the studio with a bunch of guys, you know, and you finish a take and everybody shouts, that was marvellous, you know, things like that, or something, that was horrible.
Right. Let's talk about...
you never know what's at the end of those things, you know.
Fair enough. But it's fun. Are you thinking of releasing that? Or?
No, not really. I mean, just did it for a bit of fun. We thought, you know, you get into a studio and you're into rock and roll, so you say, well, what was that Buddy Holly thing that we used to do? And somebody says, Heartbeat. And somebody starts playing Peggy Sue. Dun, 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 dun. I say, no, that's Peggy Sue, that's not Heartbeat. So I said, well, why not? Why isn't it Heartbeat? So you go, okay, yeah, dun, 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 Heartbeat, you know, and you do it like that. That's how things happen.
You have lots of people come and use your studio now.
Well, no, I have a lot of mates over, and we sit around and play together. And this is the thing. We just sit around and jam. And you've had what's it? Stevie Marriott. He did some recording at your place. Steve is a great pal of mine. He's done some good stuff there. I think he's great. He's one of the true rock and rollers. That boy lives, breathes lives and breathes rock and roll. He's incredible. He's in America at the moment, and I haven't seen the guy for a couple of years.
I bet you got some nice tapes around there, Stevie.
We've got some great tapes of all sorts of people, including Stevie Wonder, who came over one day to the studio to do a session.
And you've recorded it?
Yeah.
So, maybe one day...
I don't think so. He never paid me.
Hey. All right, we've had lots of requests for Fats Domino.
There you go, baby. It's something that, being up in the studio and hearing a song that you like and just having your own free time to do it, I put down a guitar track and I thought, who can sing it? And I thought, well, I'll get me kid up, my daughter to sing it. And she came up and sang it. And I think all the instruments on.
I just think it'd be quite interesting to hear. It's Sammy, isn't it? Sammy?
Yeah, Sammy. My daughter's Sammy. She's 15. She's singing it. And I didn't have a drummer, so I got my boy. He's 13.
And he's a good snooker player.
Yeah, he also plays the drums. And this is him playing the drums. This is a family concern, really. I'll play all the other instruments. Pete's on the drums and Sam's singing it.
So we've got Joe's family, and don't worry, we will be having a competition right after...
Some more rock and roll.
Bells the Singer.
She stands up when she plays the piano in a nightclub. Girl, the singer, she sings songs for the lost and the lonely. Her job is entertaining folks, singing songs and telling jokes in a nightclub. But the singer, and they say that she was a winner in a contest. But the singer, and they say that she had a record. They played it for a week or so on the local radio. It never made it. She wanted to be Betty Grable, but now she sits there at her midday table, giving all the things she never thought to do, all those dreams that never came true. The singer, she stands up when he plays a piano in a nightclub. But the singer, she sings songs for the lost and the lonely. Her job is to sing songs, telling jokes in a nightclub. She sings songs for the lost.
Sammy there, and Paul's the singer. Very nice too. And I'm just stopping the tape now, so we've got the next one queued up for later. And now, that's very, very nice. It must.
Well, it's one of those things. It's like a family thing,
It must be.
Come on, Dad, let's have a go,
Yeah, it must be a good feeling.
The terrible thing is, I laid the track down and on the guitar, and Sam sang on it. And she did what I thought was a good vocal. And then I come to put the piano on the track, and the piano was out of tune with the guitar. So I was a bit lumbered because I needed a piano on it because the song's about a pianist.
Right.
So I left her voice on it, played the piano in a different, slightly different tuning, and then put the guitars on again. It's very difficult to explain how it happens, but that's how it works. So poor old Sam had to find the cracks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but she did a good job.
Yeah, I think it's a good feel. It's you can pick holes in it, but it's still a good feel.
I think it's excellent, and I just felt it should be played. So there we are. That's Sammy Brown.
Yeah, we're getting the whole family in here,
Well, we got Vicky singing.
Yeah.
Pete plays drums.
You haven't heard our dog yet. He's great. Plays a mouth organ,
We look forward to that. You're on Radio 210, and my guest on the Golden Oldie Show tonight is, of course, Joe Brown, and it's 12:20. Joe Brown, 12 news. Good news, 12:25. And what we're going to do now, good news. You are good news, and you're good vibes too. I want you to know that, Joe.
You sound like a hippie. Good vibes, man.
Do you know what Gavin McCoy? Do you know what Gavin McCoy said?
To you?
Yeah, he said.
Oh, I know what he said to you.
What did he say?
Who are you?
We're going to have a competition.
Go on.
Yes, we are.
We mucked up the last one. We did. Let's have a proper one now.
A proper competition.
Proper competition.
And the number to call is Reading 25622. And we want to know which year this record came out and how high the record went into the sky in the
You
chart.
look like Jimmy Savile.
Guys and girls. Well, I wish I had his money. He's great, isn't he?
Yeah, he gives it all to charity,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Know what you mean?
Yeah, he's sort of...
The Jimmy Savile charity, right?
He'll fix anything, beginning bit, and then we all come in like all together or not at all. It's just a bit of a rough demo that we did at the studio again. There's a scruffy little boozer at the back of Clapham South, where the figure's daughter serves behind the bar. Oh, she serves sandwiches and puddings and the occasional rainbow trout, but her dumplings take the pride of place by far. As she leans across the counter when she's pulling up your pints, you just can't help but notice them and sigh, and imagine him with custard and a cherry on the top. I think I better have another pint. Roll out the barrel, we'll have a barrel of fun. And roll out the barrel, we'll get the blues on the run. You go to drink and be merry, we'll have a barrel of cheer. Come on, lads, and roll out the barrel, 'cause the game's going
the fight. There's no happy that they roll. They will get the blues on the run. You're gonna drink and be merry. We'll have a barrel of gin. All night to throw out the barrel. Cause the game's going. Don't they throw out that barrel. Cause the game's going.
Yeah, and a little clickety-click there, and that's Roll Out the Barrel, something you just chucked together one morning.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a bit of fun, really. Music's fun. That's the
I
point.
know. It certainly is too.
Everyone, you know, in the late 60s, everybody took it very seriously.
They didn't.
They did, you know, very seriously.
I didn't know that. I thought they were having fun then.
No, I don't think so. Jack Good's the boy to ask about fun. He knows all about it. He knows about music.
Is Jack Good fun?
Jack Good is a very clever boy. He recognises in music the simplicity and the fun in music. Lots of people take music very seriously.
How seriously do you take it, Joe?
I take it seriously for myself, but I don't put that over to the public because, let's face it, a kid's banging on tin cans, that's fun, that's music. And people say, what do you think of the punk of today and all that? They ask me that question as if I'm some sort of authority on it, which I'm not. And I always say, well, you know, it's just, I open my mouth to say it's wrong, I don't like it, but I think, well, that's what they said about me, so I've got no right to say it anyway.
All right, so what we're going to do now, and I know you like Eddie Cochran.
You're going to have fun.
Yeah, fun time.
Well, I've got to get with a record machine when it comes to rock.
I don't like cigars. Well, sometimes.
No, they're horrible. You've got to take the bands off, you know.
Yeah, that's a problem. Now, you got one on this time. We've got it on tape. So this isn't available on record.
Oh, no, it's one of those other things. It's a rocker thing. You know, well, it's not really rocker. It's a Ricky Nelson thing.
You introduce it, Joe.
Well, it's just a Ricky Nelson thing. It's called Hello, Mary Lou.
Hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, sweet Mary Lou. I'm so in love with you. I knew Mary Lou. We'd never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye. Well, you passed me by one sunny day. Flashed those big brown eyes my way. Ooh, I wanted you forevermore. I'm not one that gets around. Swear my feet stuck to the ground. You know I never did meet you before. I said hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. And I knew Mary Lou. We never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. When I saw your lips, I heard your voice. Believe me, I just had no choice. While horses couldn't make me stay away. Dreamt about a moonlit night, arms around you, getting tight. That's all I had to see for me to say. Hey, hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Sweet Mary Lou, I'm so in love with you. I knew Mary Lou. We never part. So hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. I said hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. Hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart.
Right, hello Mary Lou, and I'll just put the tape off, Joe, so it makes you feel... It's exactly 20 to 1 on a Sunday morning, and you're on the Golden Day Show with me, Mike Quinn, and of course Joe Brown. And we're going to have a competition, and this is going to be fun. You know the number to call, it's rating 25622. I'd like to know who wrote the song.
section. It's really good.
So turn your speakers up. Let's wake up the neighbours.
Yeah, turn them up, but be careful. Because it comes in a bit strong after the intro.
Can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back sweet memories. There were no tears. Do you remember how free it used to be when we were together? Now don't we find there's just one time, one time I just can't stand the rain against my window, bringing back a sweet memory. I can't stand the rain against my window because she's not here with me. With that girl, used to lay. I know you're gonna a sweet memory.
He was born to rock and roll. Trouble is, perhaps he don't know it himself. He sings about the feeling in the whole thing and the fact that the songs will never die. And I'm sure he's right there. When you sing that, Mark, I was born to rock and roll, I know you mean it, mate.
I can paint a simple scene, just a kid of humble means, with a strong desire to try to make life better. He believes with all his might that he'll see his name in life. And when he heard you for the first time, he knew he loved you rockin'. I was born to rock and roll, got a feeling in my soul that the music of my life will live forever. And I sing my song for you, just a smile will get me through. For I was born to rock. Someone told me yesterday that our songs had passed away, and I asked myself just what could I believe. But for years they said the same, that the music still remains. And I know what I believe. I believe in rock and roll. I was born to rock and roll, got a feeling in my soul that the music of my life will live forever. Well, the songs can never die, they are part of you and I. And I was born to rock and roll.
Marty Wilden, he was born to rock and roll.
So he was.
And we're going to London. It's true, he was.